Yo, Hideyuki here. The Rebellion grows, the messenger of facts, the one born to be berserk, returning with another great video. Yugioh has been in a very weird place. Yu-Gi-Oh's future is very unforeseeable because we really don't know what's going to be going on when it comes to the TCG, to the anime, to the manga. And it's a very scary sight. I'm not going to hold you, man. It's very scary. First off, let's talk about the actual trading card game, right? Master Duel has fell off like crazy. It's been on the decline for years, but losers are finally starting to realize, holy fuck, like no one plays this game anymore. Like it's fucking dead now. All this hype about Master Duel just for it to die and barely last a couple years. Fuck, Duel Links has lasted longer than that, and that's insane. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. And then, of course, you have this new Genesis format. I guess it's Konami's way of trying to get the nostalgic losers to flood in and be like, hey, you don't have to worry about pendulums and links anymore, man. So go play Genesis format, man. Woohoo! Enjoy it. I'm like, why the fuck would I play that? You already have the GOAT format and a couple others, so what reason is there to play Genesis? Oh, but you can use synchro combos, man, in Xyz, man. And I'm like, and so? That doesn't change anything. People have pretty much given up on Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point. I mean, the game has just been so oversaturated. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh's always been broken for a long, long time. I mean, it never meant to get this big. It was never meant to have so many mechanics to the point where it's just over-convoluted and it's an absolute mess. It wasn't supposed to be like that, but that's what ended up happening because they saw how popular it was and they're like, oh, fuck, we got to cash in. We got to capitalize. We got to keep pumping out more anime. We got to keep pumping out more manga. We got to keep pumping out more mechanics to keep the game alive, no matter how, broken the game really is. And because Yu-Gi-Oh! Is broken fundamentally, like the rules itself is so fundamentally broken, it will just never repair itself, I do believe that Yu-Gi-Oh! Might need a reset, to be honest. Because right now, Yu-Gi-Oh's been falling off. Rush Duels could have been that reset that Yu-Gi-Oh! Needed, but it never hit the States, so it was like, okay, well, that didn't go nowhere. And let's be honest now, Sevens and Go Rush, man, no one cares about those anime, man. Those fell off like crazy, man. Those are still the most hated Yu-Gi-Oh! Seasons of all time. I mean, the last good Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime we had was Arc 5. And you're probably thinking, what the fuck, Arc 5? What about Reigns? I'm like, yeah, Reigns was ambitious. But let's be honest, Reigns fell off. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, but it deserves a pass, man. It deserves an excuse, man, because the studio went through this, that, and the next thing, and it was cut short, and they had budgeting problems, and it was an absolute mess. But here's what I say to that: Arc 5 went through the same thing. So why does Reigns get the pass, but Arc 5 doesn't? And let's be honest, Arc 5 was far more entertaining than Reigns was. I mean, by Yu-Gi-Oh! Standards, not by anime as a whole. But if we're going by Yu-Gi-Oh! Standards in anime, I mean, come on now. I mean, Arc 5 had a lot more going for it than Reigns did, and that's simply fact. I mean, Reigns was just trying to be 5Ds, but it just ended up being inferior. And I don't even think 5Ds is all that great itself, but I'll still take it over Reigns. But yeah, with that being said, the anime is just absolutely dead. I mean, that Card Game Chronicles garbage is just abysmal, man. I mean, that's just simply an embarrassment. Here's the chance to revamp Yu-Gi-Oh's anime and to come up with something different. Okay, let's backtrack from all the crazy, hyped up fights and duels and the crazy card mechanics. Let's actually come up with a real story based on Yu-Gi-Oh lore, based on archetype lore. Okay, that might be interesting. We can have a whole new story, new set of characters, maybe an actual good conflict. Something good might be happening. But no, it ended up just being a bunch of lazy animated shorts uploaded on YouTube. And I'm like, ugh. Oh, that's just outright disgusting. Releasing every few months. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's going to watch that? All that's doing is just promoting the decks that those cards came from. That's all that is. It's not a real anime. Oh boy, and don't get me wrong. I mean, this is a very much a toy franchise, and of course, the anime is going to be, trying to sell those toys, sell those cards. But fuck, man, I mean, Card Game Chronicles is just absolutely lazy, man. There's no excuse. There's absolutely no excuse, especially with the hype of the 25th anniversary and all that. People actually thought it was going to be some heat, just to find out it was pure shit. I mean, they really dropped the ball with that. And yeah, if they ever try to revamp that idea, they better go all the way in and not just bullshit us like that. That's all I've got to say about that. And then we have the manga, of course, right? It's weird because Reigns never got a manga. Arc 5 was the last main series to have a manga counterpart. But now we have OCG structures, right? And it's okay. It does remind me of Vanguard a little bit. It has that Vanguard vibe going on. And I think it could make for a good show. But the chances of that getting an anime is kind of slim. I don't know. It's kind of weird right now. But yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's in a really weird place. No one's playing the game anymore. The anime and the manga is just completely fallen off. No one's even playing the digital games. This is supposed to be our big 25th anniversary. I mean, this is a horrible way to do that. And then the new sets they have is still the rehashed garbage that we get every year. New tins, collector tins for the same characters over and over again. Always a Yugi Kaiba tin, some of the anime pro tag tins. It's just like, god damn, man. Oh, fuck. It's just insane. There's literally no reason to play, watch, or read Yu-Gi-Oh right now. And yeah, I mean, I hate to say that, but it's true. Unless Konami is going to get off their lazy ass, which they probably won't, let's be honest. I mean, they're going to continue to fuck over the players for years to come. I mean, that's what they do. Nothing will change. Unless you guys actually fight back against Konami, Yu-Gi-Oh is going to stay this way forever. And it might get to the point where it just destroys itself. And yeah, I mean, unless you guys want Yu-Gi-Oh to implode on itself, kind of the way Bakugan did all those years ago, I mean, fuck. Yeah, it's going to be looking pretty damn rough, And you're probably thinking, oh, that can't happen, Yu-Gi-Oh's iconic and this and that. I'm like, don't let it fool you. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh's had some success, but you have to keep in mind, unless Yu-Gi-Oh finds a way to be simplistic enough for everyone to play, it's just not going to work. You compare it to something like Pokemon or Beyblade, like those properties can last for years no matter what. They can still pump out the same old sets over and over again because at the basis, at the foundation, they understand what makes those franchises click for people. Yu-Gi-Oh, on the other hand, is just so lost, it doesn't know how to keep its longevity anymore. And I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up dying out completely. But yeah, with that being said, yeah, future for Yu-Gi-Oh is very unforeseeable. Yeah, it definitely needs a revamp. That's pretty much all I've got to say. But yeah, Hideyuki here, the Rebelling Rose, and until next time, I'll see ya.